So once again, I welcome back for the UHP program. உங்களுக்கு மதிப்பில் என்று நீங்கள் உணரும் இடங்களில் மௌனமாக இருக்க பழகுங்கள். காலப்போக்கில் உங்கள் மௌனம் அதற்கான மதிப்பை தரும். So now I call upon Mr. B. Suresh Babu sir, Assistant Professor, Training and Placement, to deliver a lecture on competency in professional ethics. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Thanks for your welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Very good morning to our management, respected Secretary sir, respected Principal ma'am, respected Vice Principal sir, HODs of various departments, Universal Human Values Program Coordinator Dr. S. Uday Kumar sir. Very good morning, one and all present here. I would like to extend my thanks to all the dignitaries for giving this opportunity to take part in the UHP program. Today, we're going to discuss on competency in professional ethics. Personal ethics focus on morals and principles, while professional ethics demand adherence to corporate rules. Nowadays, increasing the more opportunities in technologies, taking our students into the negative way. Most of the students first understand about the professional ethics. Professional ethics means to develop professional competence with ethical human conduct. The development of ethical competency is a long-term process to be achieved through appropriate value education. My dear students, personal ethics focus on morals and principles, while professional ethics demand adherence to corporate rules. As per my concern, ethics and moral principles, it should be started from your home. It's very, very essential. Ethics makes the man more perfect and makes the man more perfect. First, you have to know about what is profession. A set of moral attitude and behavior which are essential to carry out the given task where we are employed. It's very, very essential. After completed your graduation, definitely you will be placed at any one organization where you have to perform your attitude in a formal way, where you have to perform your behaviors, your task in a formal way to make yourself more successful where you are employed. It's very, very important. Now, what is competency? It is the ability to do a task. The competency comprises knowledge, skills, and attitude. All the students, you should keep in mind the three letters which are ASK, ask. A for attitude, S for skills, K for knowledge. In our management, we can say 80% of your success depends upon your attitude. So the students must concentrate more on your attitude, then only you can get success in your career and in your life. Competency can be divided into two parts: functional competency, another one is behavioral competency. Behavioral competency, it can be seen in your soft skills. It can be seen in your interpersonal skills. How you are keep contact with others. How you are keeping contact in the society. That is reflect your behavioral competency. It's very, very important. And then functional competency, it can be delivered through your technical skills. You can say behavioral competency, it can be seen in your soft skills. Functional competency, it can be seen in your hard skills. Hard skills, we can say our technical skills and other conceptual skills, we can say your competency. Competency is very, very important. It is the ability to do a task, given task. It can be measured. Competency can be measured from level 1 to level 5. So for example, a person having competency in level 1, that person can be complete his task by the help of others or by the help of others' instruction. If you take level 5 competency person, they can render their service, they can render their job, they can complete their task without help of anybody. They can able to complete the task themselves. So that level 1 person needs help to complete the task from others. Level 5 person need not any help to complete the given task to him. So that start from level 1, the degree of supervision is increased, and the degree of completion of work is also increased. And the level 5 you take, the degree of supervision level is decreased, the degree of competency is increased. So that nowadays companies are looking level 5 competency persons, because nowadays the competitive world, no companies selected level 1 candidates. They need immediate results from the candidates they were selected for their companies. It's very, very essential. So that in your career, you have to develop your competency. You have to develop your competency in your attitude, skills, and knowledge. It's very, very important. Next, integrity without knowledge is weak and useless. Knowledge without integrity is dangerous. Here, all the students understand, if you are an integrity person, without knowledge, he is weak. Some of them you can say, knowledge without integrity is dangerous. Nowadays, the second category people are increasing around us. Most of them are very much competent, very much knowledge, but they are being without integrity. So it makes more dangerous in our environment. So integrity without knowledge is weak. If you are a knowledgeable person, but you don't have an integrity, but you have an integrity person, but you don't have a knowledge, that will not make any impact on your life. That will not any impact on the society. So that integrity and the knowledge, it should be blended in a right manner or in a right proportion, will make useful impact to the society. What is ethics? Ethics is a part of philosophy that involves systemizing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. So students, you must understand ethics is emphasize what is right and what is wrong in your behavior. As per your sense, you have to be identify what is the wrong behavior you are doing, what is the right behavior you are doing. If you feel it is wrong, definitely kindly avoid it. If it is right, you feel it is right, you can continue. You don't stop till your goal is attained. So that you have a skills to predict which one is right and which one is wrong. It's more important in ethics. Now I have listed out ethical professional competency. First one is take responsibility, adhere to norms and standards, be accountable, be committed, allow others to grow along with you, transparency, and respect others' opinion politely. Nowadays, I would like to say first ethical professional competency is take responsibility. Take responsibility is a main and important competency to learn yourself more skills and knowledge in your regular life. I have seen many students in our regular days. If you take one class, 20 to 30 students only coming forward to take the new responsibilities. Remaining, partially they are coming forward, partially not coming forward to take the responsibilities. If you don't take responsibilities, you cannot develop your skills, you cannot find out your inner abilities, you cannot find out your inner inabilities. So taking responsibility is very, very important to develop your skills. We can see many people's students in our college days. Some of the students are very, very knowledgeable and skilled in getting more marks, but they never competed in any other extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities. They never come forward to take any responsibilities. They will be concentrated on only the education, but they can able to more marks. But some of the students, they are very average, but they are very interested to take responsibilities. But that students can able to tolerate, they can able to challenge more in their regular life. That type of students can be placed in good companies, and they can able to challenge successfully in every life situations. It's very, very important. But taking responsibilities, most of the students secure more marks is only important. But as per my concern, secure mark is also more important, as well as taking more responsibilities, participating more events, taking more responsibilities in your regular college days is very, very important. Then only you can make yourself more success in your career. Example, engineers should take responsibility to give solution for social problems. Nowadays, as engineering students, you know very well about the social problems around us. You know very well, nowadays, farmers are looking solutions for their more problems. And nowadays, we are living in pandemic situation. You can able to give better solutions to avoid pandemic, to eradicate the pandemic situation. So that as a engineering students, you come forward, yourself you have to come forward to take a responsibility to eradicate the social problems in an ethical manner. It's very, very important. Next, adhere to norms and standards, both society and organization. Where you are living and where you are working, you have to be follow the norms and standards which are prescribed in the society as well as in the organization. An essential professional competence which regulate individual and group behavior. Example, in a pandemic situation, everybody should follow the hygiene norms given by our government, as well as nowadays, as per the data, a lot of accidents are happened due to lack of follow the traffic rules and regulations. Here I show you pictures which is represent traffic rules and regulations. If you are follow the traffic rules and regulations, definitely you can able to avoid major accidents. So that adhere norms and standards is very, very essential wherever you are going, where you are living. It's very, very essential. Then only you can protect yourself as well as you can protect your environment and your surroundings. It's very, very essential. Adhere to norms and standards. Then be accountable. Accountability refers to an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility for one's action. When a person accepts responsibility, that person is committed to generating positive result, what some people call taking ownership. Sometimes responsibility is obligated by assuming a specific role within an organization. Accountability is one of the very best professional competency to take up obligation and willingness to take to accept responsibilities. We can say, as you all know very well about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he served as a ISRO director during 1979. In the first, he took first project August 17 to 1979, 73, and they started the satellite launching in 1979. He worked for that project along with 5,000 engineers. On August 17, 1979, they started launching satellite. Unfortunately, the satellite was failed in the operation. There are 5,000 people, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is head of the director of the project. The entire world is looking what happening in the ISRO. Unfortunately, the project was failed. After the failure, the Professor Satish Dhawan, he is a ISRO chairman. He called Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to attend a press meet. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam worried, but Professor Satish Dhawan says, "Don't worry, come with me. I will take care of you." But Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was a only person. He is fully responsible for the satellite launching, but the head, Professor Satish Dhawan, took the entire responsibility, entire accountability for his mistake, because of he is a head of the institution, ISRO institution, Professor Satish Dhawan. So he called Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam for attend the press meet. The reporters, press persons asked many questions. The Professor Satish Dhawan answered to all the questions. The reporters asked, what you did? You have spent out a lot of people money. What you did? The Professor Satish Dhawan says, yes, we got failure, but we learned a lot from the project. I assure you all, definitely our team members within a year will launch one more satellite in a successful manner. As said, after 1 year, in the year of 1980, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam took new project and launched a satellite in a successful manner. So after that, after successful launching, one more press meet. Again, press meet also arranged. During that time, Professor Satish Dhawan didn't come to attend the press meet. He asked Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to conduct press meet. So that here we can know the first time as a leader, during the failure, he took entire responsibility, Professor Satish Dhawan. But when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam got success result, he never come to take that credit. He allowed his subordinate, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, to enjoy the full credit. So that as a leaders, you have, as a students, you should know the history of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam profession and Professor Satish Dhawan profession. Accountability is very, very important professional ethics. Then only you can inspire your subordinates. Then only you can inspire yourself also. Accountability and taking responsibility, both are very, very essential professional competency in your regular life, in your profession. Then only you can be a successful person. Some of the leaders you can see, they never come to take responsibilities during any mistakes done by the team. As a team head, as a leader, you have to take accountability for your subordinates' mistake. Then only you can be considered as a leader. It is also a ethics in your profession. If you don't follow the ethics, if you don't come forward to take accountability and take responsibility, definitely you will not be recognized as a leader. So not only in a leadership position, but also in your normal life, you have to take accountability and take responsibility is more, it's an ethical one. Then only you can make yourself more success. Then only you can improve your skills and knowledge. It's very, very essential. For example, here I have given the chief financial officer of a corporation is obligated for knowing about the protection, the financial well-being of the firm. Here, you take a financial department of your organization, chief financial officer is a entire responsibility to develop the well-being of the financial status of the firm. But he could not look after the entire activities done by his team. But if it is have success, no problem. If have any failure, definitely the managing director of the firm will ask the question, chief financial officer, what happened? Why did you get failure results? Definitely they will ask. When the time the chief financial officer cannot through anybody's, cannot blame anybody's. When the time as a chief financial officer has to take the entire responsibility, the entire accountability for his mistakes. His one, it is so his professional ethics. Next, be committed. Be committed towards attain our objectives and goals. For example, consistency in regular activities. Look at new opportunities. Next, a commitment towards your goals. Commitment means we can say regular and consistency. Consistency means perseverance. Perseverance means vidamuyarchi. You have consistency is a in your goals or in your objectives. It makes you more success. If you have any lack of consistency, definitely you would not get success in your goals. So, for example, you have committed to attain your goals, committed to attain 100% results, then to committed to attain secure more percentage, or you committed to place yourself in a reputed organization, you have to work for your commitment for a long run, then only you can attain your goals. For example, your father and mothers, they are very much committed to give education to their children, to their kids. If they are not committed, well, definitely you cannot admit it here. so that you know very well, every year lakhs and lakhs of students are passing out in 12th standard. How many of them are admitted in engineering degree? How many of them are admitted in medical degree? How many of them are admitted in arts and science degree? So how many of them are not able to pursue their education? So after completed 12th standard, they may go for regular, they may allowed by their students to earn money for protecting their financial commitments. So your father and mothers, they are very much committed to provide education to their children. If they are not committed, if they are lacking in their commitment, definitely you could not pursue your education. So that you have to be respect to your parents' commitment. It is your professional ethics. You have to learn. Also, you have to be more committed to give honor, respect to your teachers and those who are behind for your success. You have to give respect. The committed towards to attain your objectives and goals is also very, very important. Consistency in your regular activities. Look at new opportunities is also committed. Be committed to look at new opportunities. It's very, very important because of nowadays we are living in fast-moving world. So that opportunities are available in a vast manner. So that always you're looking for new opportunities. Then only you can learn more skills and knowledge. As I said earlier, taking responsibilities. Taking responsibility is nothing but looking new opportunities. So those who are looking new opportunities only, they can come forward to take responsibilities. If you are not willing to take new responsibilities, definitely you will not looking opportunities. If you are not willing to take responsibilities, definitely you will not meeting opportunities. So that stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach. It's very, very important one. You have to stay committed, but you should be more flexible. Then only you can achieve your commitment. So for example, if you take a manager, he has committed to produce 5,000 units in next month, but for that he should not rush up their subordinate. He should not tight his subordinate. If you do like this, definitely he could not achieve his given target by his management. But he should be flexible and he should be more friendly to carry out his commitment to achieve 5,000 unit production in the next month. So stay committed, stay cool, and stay flexible on your entire approach. Then only you can get successful result. It is also very, very important ethical human conduct, ethical competency. Next, allow others to grow along with you. It's a very, very important professional ethical competency. I have seen in my life, a lot of leaders are there. They are very much interested to develop their subordinates. It is a very, very important skills. Then only you can be recognized as a leader. Some of the leaders, due to ego, they never allow to grow their subordinates. They cannot be considered as a leaders. They are not a leaders. Though leaders, one who allow the subordinates, one who taught hidden technical skills, one who taught good ethical ways to develop their subordinates is very, very important. So that allow others to grow along with you is a very much important and very, very essential professional ethical competency in your regular life. Wherever you are working, wherever you are going to get employment, you have to look at your subordinates welfare. Then only you can be a good engineer. Then only you can be a good manager. It's very important. Ensure career growth of subordinates. Taking time to look at employees' well-being is also very, very important. Nowadays, as engineering students, you may get a chance to become an entrepreneur. During, if you get chance to become an entrepreneur, definitely you should helping hand to your employees for making their career growth. Nowadays, you can see a lot of educational institutions and other organizations are providing a lot of opportunities to their employees to develop their career growth. In reputed concerns are providing some financial assistance for their employees to pursue their higher studies and to pursue their projects, so that that type of institution, that type of organizations can be successful in their business. Allow others to grow along with you is very, very important competency in professional ethics. Next, transparency is very, very important. Transparency will lead a business in all our behavior. Definitely, transparency with your employees, transparency with your friends, transparency with your family members is very, very important. Ethical, human value, as well as ethical, professional competency also. Nowadays, there is no transparency with the husband and wife. There is no transparency with son and father. There is no transparency with daughter and mother. If you being like this, definitely you will be meeting more challenges in the life. Definitely you will get failure in your life. As a leader, you should have a more transparency. Then only you can coordinate the entire team in a successful manner. It's very, very important one. Transparency will make us to get successful results. Nowadays, you can know very well, increasing lack of transparency among the public or among the family members are in between the husband and wife. Lot of divorce case are increasing. Most of the educated couples are stepping to the court steps. So due to lack of transparency. Transparency is very, very important professional competency to be successful person in the world. Thanks, students. If you have any questions, you can contact me. You can send a mail in the given my mail ID.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestions and ideas to overcome problems through by applying ethical principles. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Thanks for your opportunity given to me.